coat and the pant set that we wear into fires. And it is basically, there's a certain standard as everything else in the fire services based on standards. I can't recall the exact NFPA number, but it has its own. And basically 10-year life of turnout gear is what it is. As I've talked to you before, the magic number for fire stuff is usually 10 years. So basically 10 years. Our current gear is, all of it is getting to the point where I have about a year and a half left.
Okay.
I know in subsequent budgets, we've been budgeting 5 each time, so I think I got 15 new sets for individuals now, needing an additional. And I think I did initially budget for it. I think it was taken out at budget time, and basically the need arose, so I brought it forward as far as, you know, we're going to need this.
So you're getting close to the time where you're going to have to replace them anyways, right?
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? Thank you, Chief. If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.5 is a motion to approve Authorize MDCGP grant contract number 22070 between the State Court Administrative Office and 23rd District Court Hybrid DWI/Drug Court for the continuation of the 23rd District Court Regional Driving While Intoxicated Court Hybrid DWI/Drug Program, contract term 10/1/20 through 9/30/21.
Motion?
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Pat, supported by Councilman Remick. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.6 is a motion to approve renewing assessing services contract with WCA Assessing for a period of 2 years for a total amount of $705,432. And year one is $345,800 and year two is $359,632. And this is funded through General Fund Assessing Contractual Services.
Motion. Support.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Winton, supported by Councilman Bazura. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair, I have a question for the mayor,
Mayor?
or whoever. Do we still have it up for bid, or not for bid, but out there for, to hire our own assessor?
Mr. Chairman, no, we do not.
Okay, so
This fulfills that need.
Councilman Johnson?
Could you give us a recap on what this department cost us in years past?
I don't have that number available. I don't know if Jason, if you have that wherever you are. The assessing prior year's budget.
When it was fully staffed.
You're talking about by us, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't, Mr. Chairman, I just don't have it available.
right.
Through the chair, to the question in regards to the budget, I don't have that readily available. I mean, I can look it up. It'll take a little bit of time to look up. But as I compare the costs on, you know, with the budget amendments and things like that, this cost is relatively, the department cost has been the same. In-house versus outsourcing, the department cost is relatively the same. So that's all I can tell you right now without digging deeper. But we're definitely in the same ballpark as we were doing in-house with this cost, so.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Remick?
I looked into this and we've discussed this before. The level 4 assessor is almost a nilch. Finding level 4 assessors right now are almost impossible. So that's something that I'm sure we had to think about when this was done, because they're just not there. I've done some research in this week and they're not there. They're just, you can't find them.
that's what I was wondering.
I have a quick question. I don't know if Jason or the mayor could answer this, but is this something, I mean, they've been here and they seem, you know, I don't do a whole lot with assessing or anything, but they seem to be doing pretty good. I know they had, I think, a 1-year contract, but I don't know if there was any extensions on that. Did we bid this out, or did we just decide, because they've been doing a good job, that, you know, we're going to go ahead and keep them?
Mr. Chairman, I believe what was brought forward initially was a 3-year contract, and City Council wanted to amend that to a 1-year with potential extensions.
Okay.
So that's what we have in front of you now, are the 2-year extensions. And to answer the first part of your question, they've done an outstanding job. They have been, they may have cost us relatively the same, but their output has been tremendous of what they've been able to deliver to the city of Taylor. So they've done a great job.
Okay. Does anybody else? Councilman Johnson?
Well, I appreciate that, and I know we can't go without this. I would still like to see it brought back into the city of Taylor, so I would like that to still be looked at or thought about in the future.
Mr. Chairman, I mean, we always have our ear out there. We just don't, to answer the question, we don't have any active ads out right now seeking a level 4 assessor. We're always, people know we're in need, but we really, I think to be honest, the partnership with WCA has gone better than expected. It's allowed us to get caught up on a lot of items that we were running behind on. They've done a great job, and we will certainly keep that in mind, but they are very, very difficult to find. I mean, level 4 assessors, level 3 and level 2 assessors are even difficult, so.
And I think one of the things to point out too is if you walk by that window, we lose a lot of people in the assessing, when we had assessing, to some of these bigger companies. And so we see some of our former employees now that works for, WCA, doing work for them. So I think it's a good company, and they seem like they've been doing a very good job, but I also agree with Charlie, it's always good to keep an eye out to where we could have our own in-house assessor, but, it seems like the times are kind of changing on that a little bit, but.
That is correct. And Mr. Chairman, Jason just reminded me that Doug Shaw from WCA Assessing is here. If you have any questions for Doug directly, so, or if Doug would like to add anything, we'll certainly keep our eyes open and our ears open, what's in front of you today is the 2-year extension.
Unless you'd like to add something, I just want to say it seems like you guys are doing a good job, and everybody seems to recommend, so. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.7 is a motion to approve community publishing and marketing for the publication and mailing of the Taylor Today and the Taylor Events Magazine for a third one-year term, 2021. This is the final year of the 3-year package that began in 2019. Terms remain the same, $4,300 per issue and $30,100 annually.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilwoman Winton. Is there any discussion? I just, Mayor, just want to be clear. It says 4,300 per issue. That would be how many issues go out at a time. I'm assuming I don't think it's one issue.
Now, Mr. Chairman, basically,
But the way it's written, I want to clarify that.
we are basically only paying for postage.
Okay.
That's the City of Taylor portion that we agreed to. The rest of the publication gets sold through sponsorship or advertisement, so the 4,300 per issue per month or per run, because I think there's 8 annually, it is to cover the cost of postage.
Okay. Is there any other questions? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.8 is a motion to approve a blanket resolution for the purpose of repair and routine maintenance of sanitary sewers, water mains, dust. How do I say that? Palletized. Special events, parades, block parties, marathons, festival installations of banners, and for the calendar year 2021, and authorize the Director of Public Services to sign the permits. This resolution is required condition by Wayne County for an annual maintenance permits.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilman Bazura. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair, this is for permits that you don't have to keep coming back for each individual permit, correct? That's why it says it's a blanket?
Sort of,
Sort of.
yes. The county requires us to pass a resolution by council for that permit, but I'll give you an example. For the banners, because it says there you still have to send them a letter and request, and you get an additional permit on top of that, but they won't give you that other permit unless you have this one. And we ran into that because I had a schedule for the changing the banners through the season. So I tried to send it to the county to go all the way till July, so I don't have to keep submitting for each season. That permit is fiscal year, so expires December 30th, so they would not give me anything past December 30th for the banners, so I have to reapply and send them a letter for the other seasons after December. So it's kind of, I've used that argument against the county that you already gave me a permit, but it didn't work, so we still have to submit to them for each individual one to notify them what's going on.
Is it just for the banners, or is it any other permit that you have to do that too?
Well, even for the roads, when we're technically supposed to, like we have water main breaks and it's a county road, we're supposed to notify the county and, so they can inspect it and everything.
But notifying them
Technically.
and asking them for another permit, right? You're not applying for another permit?
No,
You're
but
just letting
depends
them
on the size of the repair, they might require a bond.
know. Okay. Thank you.
Just one thing I'd like to say to Mr. Buck. Thank you very much for having the crews down on my street today. They're cutting down all those old trees that are collapsing.
Okay, good.
Those people are happy as pigs in, you know what?
We're pretty busy with the tree trimming, so
Yeah,
you gotta bear with me.
those
So.
people are really happy. I appreciate you jumping.
Just remember
right
that when I come back for some more money on the budget.
All right.
Is there any other discussion? Yeah.
While you're talking about trees, I know they came down through our neighborhood too and did it when the weather was really nice. They're coming back, say, in the spring then to do the grinding of the stumps if they cut a tree down totally?
They might already have it scheduled if they already cut it.
They
I can
cut the
double check.
tree
If you
down,
send me
but
an
they did-
email and give me the address, I can check and see where they're at with that.
Okay, I know they cut the tree down, but they haven't ground up the stump.
Yeah, usually they don't do it at the same time. They'll come back and grind
They
it.
did mention that they were going from one direction to this direction, cutting trees, and then they were gonna come back and do it. But
Probably another
it's
crew,
been about a
different
month.
crew. Different crew and different equipment they need to
Okay,
grind.
I'll give you the address.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.9 is a motion to approve the small business relaunch grant applications for case numbers 2020-027, -028, -029, and -030 for a total amount of $30,000. And this is funded through the Community Development Block Grant COVID-19 Fund.
Motion.
Support.
Yeah, I have a motion by Councilwoman Pat, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.10 is a motion to approve authorizing the mayor to sign the purchase agreement on behalf of the city for the sale of the parcel ID number as read in the amount of $2,500, and this proceeds go to the general fund.
Motion. Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Witten, supported by Councilwoman Pats. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair, is this a buildable property? Like there, I thought I read someplace about a possibility of a garage.
Through the chair, this is not a buildable lot, it's 40-foot wide. The neighbor is purchasing it, or offering to purchase it, so it would not be buildable. It's a former site where we demolished a home that we obtained on the second right of refusal from the county.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.11 is a motion to approve payment in the amount of $16,700 to the National Faith Home Buyers for the down payment assistance for home buyer number 2020-029 and 2020-030, and this is funded through the home grant.
Support.
I have a motion by Councilman Remick, supported by Councilwoman Pats. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.12 is a motion to approve WCI Contractors, Inc., low bid, pending environmental clearance in the amount of $274,100 plus a 10% contingency for a total amount of $301,510 for the purchase and installation of pickleball courts in Fletcher Park. This is funded through Community Development Block Grant and General Fund per the attached documents. Be advised that this is something that we already removed from the budget, but we should still vote on this.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay, Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Johnson, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no.
No.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Pats?
No.
Mr. Ramick?
No.
Mrs. Winton?
No.
Ms. Croft?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Becerra?
No.
Mr. Woolley?
No. Motion fails. Item 6.13 is a motion to approve Campo Brothers, Inc. low bid pending environmental clearance in the amount of $546,868 plus a 10% contingency for a total of $601,555 for the installation of a parking lot, bioswale, and a dog park at Fletcher Park, and this is funded through the general fund and the community development block grant per the attached documents.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Johnson, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
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 All opposed say no.
No.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Pats?
No.
Mr. Ramick?
No.
Mrs. Winton?
No.
Ms. Croft?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Becerra?
No.
Mr. Woolley?
No. Motion fails. Item 6.14 is a motion to approve Ventura LLC low bid pending environmental clearance in the amount of $234,290 plus a 10% contingency for a total amount of $257,719 for the purchase and installation of a pavilion and amenities at Fletcher Park, and this is funded through the general fund and the community development block grant per the attached documents.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Johnson, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
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 All opposed say no.
No.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Pats?
No.
Mr. Ramick?
No.
Mrs. Winton?
No.
Ms. Croft?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Becerra?
No.
And Mr. Woolley?
No. Motion fails. Item 6.15 is a motion to approve Hennessy Engineers, Inc. procured vendor pending environmental clearance for engineering-related costs to the proposed Fletcher Park project in the amount of $52,236, and this is funded through the general fund per the attached documents.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Johnson, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no.
No.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Pats?
No.
Mr. Ramick?
No.
Ms. Winton?
No.
Ms. Croft?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Becerra?
No.
And Mr. Woolley?
No. Motion fails. Item 6.16 is a motion to approve 2019/2020 CDBG Action Plan substantial amendment for the additional $325,478 allocation from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for COVID-19 related activities per the attached documents.
Motion to approve. Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilwoman Winton. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Becerra?
I'm just curious if we could talk a little bit about the program, if anything specific has been drafted, what the plan is going forward.
Sure. Through the chair, this motion is to ask for approval of the substantial amendment accepting the fund